Good evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, April the 12th. Welcome to our leadership development call. My name is Miriam Kareem. So happy to have everybody here so we can learn and grow our businesses. Tonight is a special call. Coach Will is combining our team call with the No Ceilings call. So if you have not been on this call before, you are in for a treat. Um, get your pens ready, get your teams on, and really, really take this information you're going to get very seriously. Quick trip to the newbie corner. So I know you guys know I've been really, really beefing up my inbox game lately. And one thing that has helped me today and going forward, actually for the last few days, is having sort of a I don't want to say kind of like a mindset or like a one sentence mindset every day that might be different that can help you really get into the mode of what you have to do for the day and not let things distract you, not let things bother you. Today's mode mindset, I'm reading this off my I don't know if y'all can see this, but my work I did today is I don't chase people. I guide the right ones forward. And I don't push people to spend. I help them decide what level they want to play at. And that's just so important because you help them um, decide. You're not there to convince anybody. You're not there to coax them. You are there to sift and sort, like Coach Sonic would always tell us, sift and sort, find out where people are, where what level they're at. So they may not be at the level you want them to be at. They may be there next year. Keep the rapport going. Always leave it leave if they say no, I'm not open right now, or I'm not interested. Um find out what you can say to them so that that conversation is always returnable later on in the year, 6 months from now, what have you, because they may be open a year ago. I've got people that are saying that told me no or ghosted me are now saying, yeah, I'm looking for something. What you got? So definitely keep that in mind. Keep a positive outlook. You can do this, you guys. There is nothing I can't do. I'm learning this. There is nothing that should stop you from doing this business if you really want to. So that being said, I'd like to introduce you all to our teacher tonight, Coach Will Zanders. He is a multiple seven-figure earner in the network marketing world, seven-figure earner at our green organic company at Heart and Body Naturals, and our first six-figure earner at Go Desana. An amazing, amazing teacher. Always has great information for us to reflect on, build, and just internalize. So, Coach Will Sanders, are you available, sir?
I am available, Miriam. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. And ladies and gentlemen, as our illustrious hostess with the mostest, the one and only Miriam Kareem out of Dallas, Texas, told you, tonight we are doing a combination call, very, very rare. But I feel like everybody, well, I know everybody's going to get a ton of value if you stay open-minded. So as I'm going to do on this one, as I sometimes do on the no ceilings calls, but not on these calls, I'm going to hop off camera so I can focus on the notes and getting y'all information so nobody's distracted, and paper and pen. And just before y'all do that, I know we got a lot of keyboard paper and pen note takers, and there's nothing wrong with that. What ends up happening is, what is this? Am I viewing? Coach Marcus, we're still viewing your screen. I don't see anybody. I see your screen. Are you still on screen share? I feel like Coach Marcus is on screen share. I don't see y'all. I should be seeing y'all. Mm.
I don't think. Oh, let me stop it. There it goes.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there y'all go. Okay, cool. We're good. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, no worries. So what I was saying was we're going to get everybody some information. Stay open minded. It's going to be amazing. I don't think I have any announcements or anything from corporate. I know up and coming we have several things, but I haven't got all the details on that stuff yet. But the difference is there are scientific studies that are done that show that when you type your notes in, that's still good. That's better than taking no notes at all. Trust me. But when you write notes, you are engaging different parts of the brain, different neural pathways, different dendrites, and you are going to retain the information better and internalize it much, much, much faster than if you're typing. So if you're a typer, that's cool, do it. But if it's at all possible for you to take notes on this call, do me a favor, grab paper and pen, or make a point to catch the replay, and just writing the notes out is going to make the information hit way different for you. You're going to internalize it faster, and you're going to start to express the information more. All right. So that being said, let's dive into it. Let's make some magic happen on this one. And quick, another quick point too before I forget, real quick. At the end of the call or toward the end, I'm going to reveal two, not one, but two incredible esoteric secrets. One around weight loss. If you want to lose weight faster or lose more weight, please stick around to the end of the call. And the other one is going to be manifestation. Okay, it's going to be another secret that I'm going to share with you about manifestation. Going to explain it all to you. We're going to make it make sense with science. You're going to go, oh, you're going to have light bulb moments tonight. And they might make sense at first, unless you understand what I'm about to teach you. Okay, because most people don't have a strategy problem. They don't have a skill problem either. They have a state problem. All right, but let's dive into it and we'll talk about it. So, yep, I think that's all I got. Now, when I say a state problem, I need you to understand that you do not get the results that you're looking for based on what you know. Now, I know that you do have to know a certain amount of information in order to. You do have to have a certain amount of information. Yes, you do have to have some basic skills. In fact, part of our 4-step blueprint is learning. So yes, you do have to acquire some skills, but provided you have the basic skills, which people can learn in one weekend if you had to, you really get results based on who you are. And I'm going to make that a little bit more specific. You get results based on who you are being repeatedly. Okay? You don't get those life-changing, ridiculous results based on what you know. You're going to get enough results to pay the bills, and everybody's noticed that. If you want those life-changing, absolutely ridiculous, stratospheric, atmospheric results, you get those results based on who you are being repeatedly, consistently. It comes down to who you are, not so much what you do. Okay, what you do is a minimum. That's the baseline. But Will, I'm talking to people. I know. Will, I'm on one call, 2 calls a week. I know. Will, I'm even thinking about going to Dallas. Yeah, I get it. I know. That's spikes in activity is what that is. That's not who you are. People who attended our Ageless Athletes Workout Challenge for all those weeks. Some people were already doing fitness. Some people continued to do fitness. Other people did that and they haven't done anything fit since. Okay? Because the big results are based on who you are actually being repeatedly and consistently. Now, I'm going to introduce a concept to you that is very much so related to your state. It's related to your identity, and it's going to be your brand. Okay? Like Nike has a brand, but I need you to understand that your state, your identity is closely related to your personal brand. Your brand is your internal identity made external. Okay? Your brand is your state and your internal identity made external. So one's on the inside. The brand is on the outside. It's how people perceive you. Okay? Your brand is the inside you made external. Now I know sometimes, and parents, you can relate to this. You get this. Have you ever had people in your family reach out to you and say, "Hey, can you tell my kid what to do? They're not listening to me." Or why do they always listen to you and they're on their best behavior around you, but they're not on their best behavior when I'm telling them what to do? In the comments, put if anybody has noticed that or deals with that, or your kids act different when they're around other people. When they're around other people, they be on their best behavior. It's the weirdest thing. And people always, they have that. Most parents know that. It's sporadic at best, but it happens. And so sometimes people ask myself or other leaders, especially if we're on like a one-on-one call and the kids are in the background and it's on a Zoom or something, or they're on speakerphone and they'll hear me in the background having a conversation with their parents. And they'll say, and the kids will be on best behavior because they know I can hear them or something like that. And it was a, "Hey, Coach Will, this, that, and the third." And so my question a lot of times is, why do you think when I'm on these one-on-one mentorship calls, when I'm asking the parents who ask me these things, Will, can you tell my kid to settle down or something like that? I ask them, why don't your kids listen to you? Now they do, of course, but in those moments, what is it about another individual? It doesn't have to be me. It could be anybody. Santa Claus, Michael Jordan, doesn't matter. You tell kids to go to bed because Santa Claus is coming. We don't raise our kids to believe in that type of stuff. But the point is, if they did, and you tell them go to bed because Santa Claus is coming, they're going to go to bed because Santa Claus has a brand. Okay, Santa Claus has a brand. The brand is give you stuff, even though it's coming from the parents, which is hilarious. I don't recommend giving Santa Claus credit for things that you work hard to buy your children, but that's just me. I had to learn that the hard way. All right. So the kids are listening to Santa Claus and he ain't even real. Okay. Kids will listen to your pastor and they might not listen to you. It's because, number one, Santa Claus is imaginary. Number two, they don't know the pastor may have the same challenges and issues everybody else does. But your kids see your brand. And sometimes in your brand, you don't hold them to certain standards in your brand. Sometimes you change your mind too much in your brand. You go back and forth with the kids and the behavior and discipline and not. Your brand is inconsistent sometimes. This is not me targeting anybody. This is just all parents have gone through this at least once. You sometimes as a parent, we don't follow through like we're supposed to on certain things, even with your spouse, your significant other. Sometimes your brand with your spouse, when you tell them you're doing network marketing, you're going to be successful and they don't believe you, it's because the previous activities of your brand may not have been as solid. Okay, so it's not a parenting issue. It's not a spouse issue. It's not a people on Facebook will join one person and not another person because they're not a good person or a better person. It's a brand issue. Your internal identity might be one thing, but the external version of that is something totally different. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense at all. I just don't want to move on past that fundamental basic concept because you got to understand your identity and then your brand. You have to put these things together, start to refer to them together. Okay. If you make money and people know that, that's your brand. Like that's part of my brand. If you travel, that's your brand. I have fun. I do things people love to do from the hours of 9 to 5. Why? Because they at work and I'm not, because God blessed me with this opportunity and I didn't play with it at all. That's my brand. Okay. If you're inconsistent, that's your brand. If you're not making money in network marketing online and they got millions of people around the world who are, that's your brand. Okay. Well, Will, all right. If I have some brand issues, which most of us do, we're always working on our brand. HBN has a brand. GoDasana has a brand. Nike has a brand. And the better your brand, the bigger your brand, the more successful you are in business. You got to start really thinking about your brand. Okay. Someone who's been doing an exceptional job of branding all the years that I've known them is Marcus Jones. He has an exceptional brand, exceptional value, exceptional integrity. His brand is consistent. It's health and wellness. It's fun. It's helping people. He's uber professional, far more professional than I would aspire to be. Coach Marcus's brand is a thing. Another young lady who's been doing some amazing work with her brand these last couple of months. I don't know if it's on purpose or not. It doesn't matter, but it's Tiara Moore. Tiara Moore's been doing just amazing work. Now, I could start shouting people out in this, that, or a third, but I'm going to leave it there. Because then I'd eventually forget somebody and somebody's feelings will get hurt. But my point is, those are two individuals who've really been working on their brand on purpose or not. Okay. But people are seeing them and responding to them based on the brand. And if you go look at their Facebooks, you'll see how they're branding themselves in certain niches and areas on purpose or otherwise, but it's very impressive to watch. Now, if you want to change your brand, you want to change your identity, you want to change your results, you're going to need different actions. Okay. Now that part I know you've heard before. You need different actions. Remember, it's about who you're being repeatedly and consistently. Okay. Some of you just aren't consistent enough in order to shift your results and shift your brand. You do really, really well, but you know deep down you're not consistent at the level, and you know that. And it's okay, because we can change it tonight. I promise you, we can change it tonight if you want to. Now, if you want different results, you need different actions, but here's the trap, because there's a trap. There's a trap, because everybody knows that. Everybody knows it's all about massive action, but most people try to change and do those actions with motivation. Okay. They try to do it with willpower. I'm just going to grind it out. And inevitably, they burn out. Inevitably, the willpower fades. Inevitably, the motivation goes up and down. This is totally normal. Okay? Because the core truth of the whole thing is it's hard to take new actions in the wrong state. People are focused on the external actions and not addressing the internal. Okay? There's a 3D reality. Well, it's actually a 4D and a 5D too, but you're more familiar with the 3D reality, and D stands for dimensions. That external part you see, that's a dimension, but the internal, spiritual, energetic, vibrational, frequency part, that's a dimension. There's multiple dimensions, and you got to line them all up. Okay? So it's hard to take new actions in the wrong state. It's easy to take new actions in the right state, and state doesn't run out of energy. Okay, your willpower and your motivation, for sure, you'll run out of that. You got to eat some food, go to sleep, and recharge. But your state, it's easy to take new actions in that state because the state doesn't run out of energy. Now let's break it down. And we've done this before in our no ceilings calls before this part, but it's so important. It's such an amazing concept. It probably feels a little bit more familiar to you for those of you who've been on our call, the private calls each month. But for new people, who are just hearing this for the first time, we're gonna make it resonate for you too. Now, in order to control your state, you got to break. You don't have to, but I recommend that you break it down into 3 pillars. Okay. Now, the pillar number 1 of your state is going to be your focus. That's something you want to write down. Your focus. Okay. Very, very, very important. What are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? Is it problems? Because if you focus on, is it you focusing on what your spouse is doing that's aggravating you? Are you focusing on your kids not acting right, or the people you talk to telling you no? Are you focused on the news? Are you focused on the Strait of Hormuz? Are you focused on the fact that nobody on the Epstein list has been arrested at all, but you got people going to jail for child support? If you mind you, this is all stuff that is terrible in the world. It's real. It's terrible. I can't stand it. It's terrible. But I don't focus on it. Because if you focus on it, it's going to create stress. All right? It's going to create stress, anger. It's going to create low vibrational emotions that won't allow you to A, take the action it takes to be successful, but B, even if you did, you'll be in such a low vibrational state that you won't see the actions won't work. They won't get you the results. Okay? If you focus on problems, it'll create stress and cortisol. Cortisol is going to destroy muscle tissue, and it's going to store fat. That's just a little secret I wanted to throw in there for you. When you focus on problems, you're going to gain weight. It does happen with some people who get stressed out and they lose a ton of weight, but it's always the people who don't want to lose weight who that happens to. And it's always the people who don't want to gain weight who gain weight when they're stressed. So basically, whatever your weight is, be it weight gain or weight loss or weight maintenance, focusing on problems will mess up a third of your state to the point where you're not going to get the results you want physically or financially. It's almost impossible. Okay. But if you focus on opportunity, if you focus on peace and love and growth and knowledge and wisdom, okay, and ethics and integrity and happiness and joy and love, if you focus on those things, even if you got to go to work at a 9 to 5 you don't like, but if you mentally do the mental labor to focus on the positives, it's going to lead to action. You can only read so many books and see so many videos and go to so many events and see more and more people at every event making $50,000, $100,000, even $1 million. You can only see that so many times before your belief starts to switch. You can only read so many books about people going from rags to riches before your brain starts saying, why not me? Why not now? It's only a matter of time. Okay. But your focus is important. Let me give you an example. There are 2 people in the same business, in the same company. They joined at the same time. They got the same product kit. They have the same mentor, and they're from the same city. 2 people in the same business. One person would see saturation. Oh, nobody's going to join. The other person sees perfect timing and looks for other things that are positive. They got the same opportunity, but because their focus was different, they got different results. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Everybody knows somebody at a company that's making no money, and you know people that's making a ton of money. You know people that's getting super great health results, and you know somebody who's not at the same company, same place, same product they're taking. This is how valuable it is on the internal side from your state. Now, the second thing you need to really master, this is non-negotiable if you want to live an amazing life fast. Number one is you got to change your state. You got to be in this state as long as possible every day. Number one was focus. Number two is self-talk. Self-talk. The conversation you have with yourself is the most important conversation that you can possibly have. You can have a conversation with yourself that says, I'm behind, I'm late, okay, or I'm building, I'm right on time. It's just a conversation with yourself. Doesn't even have to be true. You just have to say it to yourself, and that's you controlling your thoughts, okay? The conversation you have with yourself can go, man, this network marketing business is hard, or this business is actually really simple. It's just two people. I can figure that out. That's why we say things when people say things like, Will, this business is so hard. It's so much harder than what I thought. This business is so difficult. It's so hard. And then we have to remind them of all the things in life that are hard, like losing a parent or losing a child or getting laid off from work or being homeless or getting assaulted. There's so many hard things in life. You really think this business where you just got to basically communicate with people, you think that's hard? Absolutely not. It lets me know where their self-talk is and where their focus is. Okay. So focus is number one. Self-talk was number two. And self-talk, you need to understand that you're listening to yourself more than anyone else. You are listening to yourself more than anyone else. Okay. So number one, to really change your state, really be able to take action from a place of power, you got to monitor your focus on the positive. And two, you got to have that real self-talk. Yeah. Jessica just said, another one of our wonderful military veterans. She said, this business is way easier than being on full battle gear in the desert at war. That's facts. Big facts. Super ultra facts. Okay. So if you get self-talk and you understand it, put a 2 in the chat. If you get it, you really understand self-talk. I don't need to harp on it no longer. Put a 2 in the chat. Okay. Because this is crucial. This is so critical. The third part, the final part you need to really master to really get your state dialed in, locked in, control your state so that you can control your identity that in a very short time will become your brand based on the actions you are compelled to take is your physiology. That's number 3, physiology. Okay? How you use your body determines your state. This is not up for debate. There are things called power poses, okay, that some of you may have seen a TED talk on, or you may have heard some research on this, where if you stand up in that Superman pose and you have a good wide base and your head is up, chest out, shoulders back, head high, and you put your hands on your hips, your body actually is going to start to upregulate different hormones and chemicals to make you more confident and make you more likely to succeed. Your physiology, your posture, your breathing, your movement, how mobile and flexible you feel in your own body. Listen, you cannot feel powerful if you're slouched over, breathing shallow, stressed out, all the cortisol and free radicals are just beating your body up. It's very, very difficult. Okay? It's very, very difficult. So just understand when we're talking about state, and it's very, very important, your focus, your self-talk, and your physiology. If you change those 3 things, if you change your focus, you change your language, that's self-talk. You change your language. Just want to put it a different way to see if it clicks for somebody else when I use a different word. You change your focus, you change your language, you change your body, you change your state instantly. It happens right then when you do it. I was at, some of you know, I have a hobby and I throw axes. I throw axes competitively and professionally. I've made thousands of dollars throwing axes and made even more money coaching and teaching people when I'm out on how to throw axes. We have the World Championship of Axe Throwing coming up next weekend. It starts during the week, but it's going to run all weekend in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now, that particular, I had practice earlier today. Just want to give you a quick state point. And we're throwing some good scores. Me and my throwing partner Jet, we're doing good. And I said, let me just start to use some of this stuff. And I'm already focusing on the target, but I decided to adjust my body posture to a base that just felt more stable for me. So I adjusted my physiology and my focus was already on the bullseye. But then I changed my self-talk. And I started to say things as I was about to throw, like, oh, this is going in. You've hit this bullseye a million times before. This is what you do. You're going to win. You're going to get this score. You're going to hit this shot. Just lots of positive stuff. And then I focused and I threw. And we had the highest scores today than we had in the previous 2 or 3 months of practice. Our scores today were so much higher. And it was a lot of it was my throwing. I was just absolutely on fire. And all I did was just add that third part because I remembered that we were doing this call this evening. And I said, let me test this out in athletics. I know it'll work, but I just haven't been conscious of doing that. And it really made a huge difference. Okay. Now that we all got those 3 things down, we're going to move on to where the breakthrough actually happens when you do those 3 things. So right now, I just want to make sure you understand, is everybody clear on focus, self-talk, and physiology? Do you have any questions before we move on focus, self-talk, or physiology? Put a 1 in the chat if it's okay to move on. I feel like we covered it pretty good, but you never know. There's no such thing as a stupid question, at least not on these calls. All right, good. Everybody looks good. Okay. Now, as we move on, we're going to be talking about like that 3D. All right. There are 3 levels. Once you get the state dialed in, this is the part that nobody ever talks about, because some people will talk about state and get it dialed in. And I hope you do a lot of research on that. You don't need it after this call, but you could. Here's where it gets really, really deep. Number 1, your identity. Okay. Who you believe you are. When you change your state and you maintain that state. Okay. When you maintain that focus, when you maintain that confident physiology. Okay. This is why your clothes matter. This is why you feel better and do better when you get a nice haircut, or for the ladies who wear makeup, if your makeup is lashes or whatever, you're different because all of that is your physiology, your jewelry, your what, that's all physiology. Okay. But it plays into, on a deeper level, your identity. So in our next section of notes, we're going to write down number 1, identity. We already talked about state. We talked about brand. We talked about focus, self-talk, and physiology. Now we're talking about identity. So whatever number that is, it's 1 on my notes, but for you might be number 8 or 9 already, 10 or 12 or whatever. Doesn't matter. Identity. It's who you believe you are. Like, what is your identity? If your identity is $1 million network marketer, which it should be, even if you're not yet, or $1 million online marketer, however you want to cut it, your physiology and your focus and your self-talk should line up with that. Does that make sense? Who you believe you are is going to be literally created in real time by your state. And if you maintain your state consistently and repeatedly, okay, your identity will change. 100% identity will change. Another thing you can do, we'll move on to the next part, is going to be your beliefs. Identity and then beliefs, because your identity is who you believe you are. Your beliefs are what you believe is possible. Okay? This is why we use the videos we use. This is why we send videos like the Align video, or Brilliant Compensation, or the Perfect Business, or Rise of the Entrepreneur, or the Black Seed Oil video. This is why we have the testimonial Zoom every single Monday, which is amazing. This is when we have Detox Divas and things of that nature on this is why you have to understand this stuff and see the testimonials and see the results and sometimes see the science to increase what you believe is possible. Okay? You got who you believe you are. That's your identity. And then what you believe is possible. That's your beliefs. Now we have some core beliefs that we talk about, like belief in the industry or the business model, belief in the company, belief in the products, belief in the pay plan, belief in yourself. And that gets back to your identity. That gets back to your state, which you can use your state because you control those 3 factors. You control focus, self-talk, and physiology. You control those and it don't cost you nothing. If you control lows, no boss, no supervisor, nobody else could ever control you because your identity is going to come from that and who you believe you are. And then you're going to act in accordance with who you believe you are. Okay? And your beliefs are all tied up in on that. Do you believe you the man or not? Do you believe you the woman or not? Like, you either believe it or you don't. You ain't got to question it when I believe it. It's not even up for debate in my own mind. There's nothing. There's literally nothing I don't think I can do. Like literally nothing. Okay? But that's just two things, though. That's just identity and beliefs. The third one is the one that's really going to unlock something for you. Okay? Does anybody want to take a guess what it is? Just a guess. We know it's not state. We know it's not, we got identity. We got beliefs. It's not action. We know action already. We know that. We know physiology. We know self-talk. We know focus. You don't have to try to guess. You don't want to. It's not different. It's obvious once you hear it. Action was a great guess, but no. No? Okay. All right. Looks. Nope. Looks is going to be more physiology, but good call. Good. Thank you for guessing. Persistence. Love it, Mary. I wish it was. No, not persistence. But all of those are important, just so you know. Persistence is going to be about action too. Your surroundings and about incredible guess, Mary. No, incredible guess. Consistency. No, that's persistence and actions. Nope. Yeah, and surroundings is going to be part of your identity, part of your beliefs. It's also going to be part of your focus. You focus on what's around you. And for your physiology, it's also going to be part of your environment as well. Okay, that's why people tell you make your bed in the morning, things of that nature. All right, we got beliefs in there. No, I'll just give it to you. It's okay. It's pretty tough. The third one is actually going to be your nervous system. Your nervous system. When I say nervous system, I need you to understand what it means. It means what your body feels safe having. And we're going to spend a little time on that concept tonight, because everything else tonight, if you've been on our calls at all, you're vaguely familiar with a lot of those concepts. This replay is going to help a lot of you. All right. It's going to help a lot of you. Your nervous system. All right. Now listen very, very closely. Your identity has to match what you want. Okay. Your goals, your dreams, your 20 reasons why list. Your identity has to match that, by the way. Your beliefs have to support your goals. But your nervous system has to feel safe receiving it. Now, that might not make sense yet, but it will. And I need you to understand that you can believe something mentally and start taking action toward it. But if your body feels unsafe, you will sabotage it. And this is a subconscious process. This is not anything that you're aware of. Your nervous system has to allow you to receive, okay? Has to allow you to receive the thing that you want, all right? Because this is why most people stay stuck. Your body has one real job, all right? Now, y'all know we're going to stay on this nervous system thing for a minute, but your body has one real job, okay? And that job is what? To keep you alive. Survival. That's number one. Survival is number one. Procreation is number two. Survival. God cannot deprogram it for that. Okay? You can't. This is why people have to make things that kill you addictive. Crack has to be addictive. Cigarettes have to be made addictive. If cigarettes weren't addictive, you wouldn't smoke them. You're not going to do anything that's going to literally kill you and override your body's survival system. They have to make that stuff addictive on purpose. They have to make McDonald's addictive. They have to. The chemicals in it have to make it addictive. They have to spike dopamine in your brain. Or you'll never eat it. You just trash. You'll never eat it. You'd sooner do fasting than eat that. Okay? So since your body has one job, which is don't die, that's it. Stay alive. When you're stressed, when you're focused on things that are stressing you out, you're in the sympathetic nervous system mode. And I see somebody just put that in the comments. Fight or flight, survival. Okay? That's where your subconscious mind, that's where your brain is lined up. All right? There's no creativity in the sympathetic nervous system mode. It's only survival. Why do you think it's always easy for you, even if you are dead broke? Why do you think it's always easy for you to magically manifest just enough money to pay the bills? Just enough to pay the bills. And if you did have some extra, the washing machine gonna break. That is going to something. If you did have extra, the water pump on your car gonna break. I'm telling you, you can save extra $1,000. I'm telling you, something's gonna happen. The baby gonna need more braces. Something's gonna happen because your body. For some of us, because we were raised in basically poverty environments, we might have had a lot of love. We didn't have a lot of money. Your survival mechanism of your brain has been programming to think that more money is dangerous, because otherwise, why wouldn't you have it? Now, does that make sense? Absolutely not. It doesn't have to make sense to a 2-year-old. A 2-year-old, 3-year-old still believe in rainbows, sparkles, unicorns, and Santa Claus. They don't have to understand that. Like Jordan just said it. Yes, trauma comes in all different types. And especially if it happened to you young, you're not going to be comfortable with money. You're comfortable with money externally, but on the internal side, you are absolutely mortified. Okay? The results are what they are. Don't get mad at me. Look at your bank balance. Don't get mad at me. Look at your bank balance. It will tell you. Okay? You cannot create the life you want while you're in a state that is designed to keep you alive. That's it. It's not designed to help you thrive. Okay? Miriam said it. As soon as she got some extra money, son, the glasses broke. There it is. And them glasses ain't broke in years. That's how, man, listen, the only reason I can tell y'all this stuff is because I've been through it all. When I do these trainings, a lot of these calls and teachings and whatnot, I'm just teaching myself or remembering stuff. I'm just letting y'all listen. That's why it comes across the way it does. This is not anything about y'all. I wish it was. It's not. It's really about me and how I got to where I am. And then I got to go to these events, these $5,000, $10,000 conferences, and I see the way my life works. And I go, oh, that's why it happened that way. That's why I got what I wanted X amount of times and I did another time. And then we can explain it because we know how now. Okay. Now, if you cannot create the life you want, it's impossible to create the life you want in a state designed to keep you alive. Here's another. So we talked a little bit about weight loss earlier. Okay. What you're focusing on will help you lose weight. We're going to talk about breathing as making manifestation happen faster. All right. Now, for those of you who are spending that $9.95 a month, you are getting those emails. I hope that you have been doing the daily activities in the emails and not wasting your $9 a month. Them emails are powerful. They're so powerful. But let me give you a reason why they're powerful, or one part of why they're so powerful is because breathing can shift your nervous system. It's part of your physiology. So it's part of your state. But breathing can shift your nervous system from sympathetic nervous system to parasympathetic nervous system. And for example, if you're breathing slowly in through your nose and you hold it at the top and exhale through your mouth even slower than you inhaled, that slow breath is going to signal to your body that you're safe. Did you know that? Even if you're dead broke, did you know that you can breathe that way and your body will think that you're safe? And it's important if your body thinks you're safe, because if your body thinks you're safe, that's part of your physiology. You can stop focusing on survival and you can start to see opportunity. You can stop self-sabotaging and take the actions you need to take and stop falling off the map and missing events and missing calls and Zooms, then popping up when somebody else hits $50,000 and you're like, dang, I joined before them. Breathing can shift your nervous system. We don't have to coach breathing on the call tonight. We could, but we won't, because it's in the emails that you get every day. Okay? Look, Greta says she did Lamaze breathing for natural childbirth. Absolutely brilliant concept, by the way. And it makes sense because of how it relaxes your body. Now, when you're in a state, okay, your focus is on something positive, your self-talk is positive, your physiology and your posture is positive, as evidenced by your breathing, okay? He's letting you know that your breathing's good, you're safe. Safety is going to expand your mind. It's going to expand your perception, okay? Expanded perception is going to equal better decisions, more opportunities, You won't self-sabotage the things that you're doing on the positive side. That's what a lot of people don't know about manifestation, is why the people who teach that, the yogis and the Tibetan monks in the monasteries and everything, they're like, they don't have no jobs, ain't no stores up there, but they always got food. They never broke. They don't get bothered by nobody. Like, how? They just be breathing and meditating, just thinking. They just manage their state all day. They focus on peace and positivity. Okay, they breathing consistently throughout the day. Their physiology is very good. They're very fit because they live in the mountains with pure oxygen and things of that nature, and they don't have a care in the world. They just wake up, exercise, eat fruit, hang out with each other. You know what I'm saying? Meditate all day, pray for the world. That's all. That's all. All right. Let me give you another one. Okay. I told you, we're going to give you some esoteric secrets tonight that you probably never heard before. As far as fat loss, do you know the number one thing that you can do to lose weight faster if you do want to lose weight? The number one thing you can do, costs you no money, is more sleep. It's more sleep. I know. So simple. It's almost too simple. I need something complicated. I need an ab and butt YouTube video workout to do every night before I go to bed. Nope. More sleep is going to decrease cortisol. It's going to make better hormone balancing of testosterone and estrogen, better recovery. You burn more calories while you're sleeping. Just rest. Better decision making after you've had a good night's sleep, so you're not eating junk food and things of that nature. A lot of times you're not overweight because you don't know what to do. You're overweight because your body's stressed. It's going to lead you to that stress eating. The cortisol is going to go up, so it's going to be harder for you to lose weight and keep muscles, so your results are going to be slow. And when you get slow results, you get frustrated because your identity is spiking. It's not who you are permanently yet. Athletes are going to work out. We're going to work out 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, even without no new results. We just love the process. Okay, absolutely love it. And again, sleep is going to be part of your physiology. So you want to sleep in a positive state when you go to sleep. You want your focus to be on something positive. Okay, you want your self-talk as you go to bed. If you say your prayers before bed or listen to some hypnosis audios like I do before bed, that puts me in a super, super positive state of focus, because the hypnosis audios are telling me about the life I want to have. And they're helping me with my self-talk because I'm thinking about what's being talked about. Okay. And then my physiology is good because I'm relaxed. My breathing is good. So breathing is going to help my physiology. I'm relaxed. Okay. So just understand, from a manifestation standpoint, all of this stuff comes together. The state, the identity, the belief, the nervous system, the breathing regulation, getting more sleep. This sounds simple, I know, but this is the stuff that works, people. All right. All of the stuff we talked about on this call, your brand, the beliefs, it all works together. The focus, the self-talk, the physiology, it all is related. And it should be, if you listen to this call a couple more times, once a week or something like that, it's going to start to make more sense in your head. It's all unified. Okay. Now, some of you will, breathing is going to help me get more of what I want. No, that's impossible. That's too simple. Okay. You mean to tell me sleeping, because a lot of people that are overweight, they don't sleep nearly enough. You got to be sleeping at least 7 to 9 hours a night, at least, if you want maximum weight loss. Well, I can't. I got to get up and do it. Well, that's on you. That's your self-talk right there. You just told on yourself. Your self-talk was not positive. Your self-talk was something about why you can't. Okay? That happened to some of y'all just now in your own head. But I'm going to tell you something biblically. It's called the Naaman principle. Not trying to take y'all to church, but this is a Sunday, somewhat appropriate story here. And this is from the book of 2 Kings in chapter 5. All right. Now, this story was Naaman was going to the prophet. Okay. He's going to the prophet. I believe it might have been Elisha. And he wanted to be cured of his leprosy. Is what Naaman wanted. He wanted to be cured of his leprosy. Now, Elisha gave him a very, very simple instruction. He said, Naaman, go wash in the Jordan River 7 times and you will be healed. That's it. Just go in the water. No soap needed. Just go in the Jordan River, go in and out 7 times and you'll be healed. And that was it. But Naaman got offended. How many people remember that story? But Naaman got offended. Naaman almost missed his miracle because the solution was so simple. It was so simple. Naaman expected something dramatic. He expected something complex. Okay. He expected something worthy of his status, some ritual, some big performance. Instead, and I'm paraphrasing here, he said, I thought the prophet would come out, big deal when the prophet come out, call on God, wave his hand, do something impressive, whoop, 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 song, dance, all this type of stuff. Naaman almost walked away because it was too simple. Okay, too simple. This is a human nature story. But then his servants told him something profound. Naaman's servants told him, if the prophet had told you to do something great, would you have not done it? How much more than when he says, go wash and be clean? And that's the principle. The principle is that people often resist the simple solutions because they expect complexity. It can't be as simple as drinking more water, being intentional about my breathing and my physiology, and sleeping more. That's impossible. It's got to be another book. It's got to be another funnel. It's got to be something wrong. And listen, this is not about any of you. This is humans. This is timeless truth. Wisdom of the age of success principles. Okay. The pattern is that for thousands of years, humans have associated value with difficulty. We expect transformation to require complex rituals. So when the answer is simple, we distrust it. Now, that is why Naaman he didn't miss his miracle, but he almost missed it. Because people ignore the simple disciplines that actually work. And even today, people overcomplicate success. They overcomplicate health. They overcomplicate business. What do you mean? Well, all I got to do is listen to audio once a day for 3 days and my life will start to change. It's impossible. It's too simple. What do you mean? I just have to make it to events consistently. I'm going to end up being a top earner in the company because it happens to every person who does that consistently over the years. It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple. Okay. Now, our version of that in this business, as we get to the end of the call, is get 2 people on 100 CV and help them do the same. That's it. It's no tricks. It's no overthinking. It's no gimmicks. It's no 47-step funnel. It's no wait until I'm ready. It's just so simple. Duplication. That's it. But people start thinking like Naaman. That's too simple. There must be more. Let me learn more before I start. I need a better script. I need better branding. I need more followers. They're looking for a ceremony. Okay? Because Naaman's servant said, if I told you to do something hard, you would have did it. If I told you to build a website, run ads, learn AI, create 90 days of content, recruit 20 people, and you feel like you're working, but I'm telling you, and all of that'll work. We do tons of that stuff. We do it because it's fun. We do AI because it's fun. We make music because it's fun. I mean, it's not really about 2 people. Okay. I'm telling you something simpler and far more powerful is that simple stuff scales. SSS. Simple stuff scales. Okay. Now I'm going to keep it a buck. The complex systems, that will impress people. Yes, they're very impressive. We built them. We get paid to build them. We get it. Super impressive. Complex systems and automation and all of that, it is really impressive. Lead generate, all of that stuff. And I do that stuff. Super, super impressive. Super impressive. But simple systems duplicate. Okay. So, Jessica, thank you so much. That's a great compliment. Thank you so much. I agree. Making music is one of the most healing activities that I ever knew I was missing out on. So I'm so glad for y'all who decided to learn AI music with us. And the replay for that class should be up in a week or 2 tops. It's just I've had so much travel. I haven't been able to get everything dialed in yet. But Coach Marcus did his part. I just got to do my part. And for anybody who wasn't able to attend in person, the replay will be there for y'all soon. Okay. Now, a new person can understand, find 2 people, get them on 100 CV worth of these life-changing products and help them find 2 people and teach that. That's your Jordan River. That is your river. That's the Jordan River that you got to go in 7 times. It's not complicated. You're already at 100 CV. Some of you have already sponsored more than 2 people at 100 CV. But see that help them find 2 part? You're self-sabotaging a lot of you. You're self-sabotaging because your state's not right. Okay? Your state's not right. And you know how to change your state right now on this call. You know how to change your state instantly. And then you have the identity is going to change, the belief's going to change, and then that nervous system part actually ties into your physiology. Some of you will kind of catch that when you watch this on a replay. Okay? So we'll close with this. We're just about out of time. Most people don't fail because the system is hard. They fail because the system is simple and they don't trust it. They trust it with their mouth. Oh, yeah, well, this makes perfect sense. But they don't trust it inside, because if they did, they would do it. If you trusted it, you would do it. Yeah, they overcomplicate it, for sure. Okay. People are not struggling with the business. They're struggling with how simple it is. Do you notice that Coach Marcus teaches the exact same thing on the Franchise Factor calls every single week? He just repeats the same 4 classes every month, all year for 2-3 years now. Does anybody notice that the people who've made millions of dollars do the exact same thing and teach the same thing? Marcus has made over $5 million in his network marketing career. Do y'all know that he's teaching the same simple stuff over and every single week? It's so simple and it's so boring. I taught the class for 2 years, that Marcus picked it up for 2 years, and we're going to draft Seymour next 2 years. And Miriam, you got to be there by then because we handed it off to you at some point. So this is your 6-figure year, Miriam Karim. I'm just letting you know. I know it. You just got to know it. This is the one. This is the one. Okay. So do you want something that's complicated that make you feel busy, or you want something simple that actually makes you money? It's really, that's your Jordan River, because we associate value with difficulty. And a lot of times we distrust simple solutions. Oh, not feeling good? Take black seed oil twice a day. Wait, what? Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, no, it'll keep you healthy more than anything else. Take black seed oil twice a day. Just trust me. Well, what you mean? I just got to put oregano oil on my feet, a couple drops of oregano oil from the company, and take black seed oil twice a day. I don't have to do an accomplish. My doctor told me I need. Now listen, I'm not telling you listen to me. Not because I wouldn't if you wasn't in my family, but I'm not a doctor, not a medical doctor. So the stuff I'm telling you and the story I'm telling you right now is just how I would function. It's what I would do. I have to give you this legal disclaimer. I have to talk to your doctor, trust your doctor. Don't listen to me at all. I have to tell you that stuff. However, if I wanted to avoid anything related to cancers of any types, it's oregano oil, black seed oil twice a day forever, period. I would add all our other products too. Yes, I would have all our 90 vitamins, minerals, nutrients for sure. But that's what I personally do. I'm not telling you do. You listen to your doctor because clearly they know more. Clearly. Clearly. Okay. All right. But that's what I would do. But it's simple. It's simple. All right. So when someone tells you, oh, you got to do 37 rounds of chemo, you got to build funnels, you got to run ads, you got to get your liver taken out, you got to study AI, you got to recruit 30 people a day, you'll feel productive. But is all that necessary? No, I was already successful before I started doing any of that stuff. Because I'm telling you right now, we give you stuff that's simple, that's actually more powerful, but it's human nature that you hesitate because it's so simple. Okay? Simple stuff scales, like simple stuff duplicates. Complex stuff confuses people, and confused people don't do anything. This is why we haven't taught you any new skills in like 8 months. You don't need them. You already know them all. Look, thank you, Larice. Thank you, Reese. Yes. Okay. It's just a numbers game. It's so simple. It's so simple. Okay. You're not stuck because this is hard. For those of you who are stuck, you're stuck because it's simple. And on a subconscious level, you don't trust yourself enough to follow through and be consistent. Okay. You're just not trusting yourself to be consistent. Period. Now, does anybody have any questions? I'll make a couple last minute comments while I wait to see if anybody has any questions in the chat before we wrap up. Okay? Because I'm going to ask you. And if you've got questions, put them in the chat. I'll just keep talking and give you about 30 seconds. But you don't want anything complicated that makes you feel busy. You want something simple that changes your life, right? Get in the river or not, because the river is simple. You can just stay dirty. I think Coach Marcus said you can get in the river and stay dirty. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. Okay? Going to Dallas on August the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, that's simple. That's simple. Just be there. Just don't even just show up. There'll be paper and pen in the room. Just show up. It's stuff like that. Simple, not complex. Okay. All right. So I hope that made sense for everybody. We're wrapping up the call right on time. Okay. I highly recommend you watch this replay at least once or twice. It's going to sound different to you if you listen to it in 2 to 3 weeks, because your brain is going to take this information. It's going to assimilate it. It's going to create new neural pathways as you sleep tonight that allow you to process information specifically of this type and internalize it better. And if you listen to this call again in 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to sound way different, but it's going to be way more effective. And you can start implementing the stuff as early as now. I highly recommend you start focusing on your state now, your identity, your beliefs, your nervous system regulation now. Find it simple, keep it simple. 2 people, 100 CV, help them do the same thing. Keep it simple now, and you'll make far more money than you did. Okay. I appreciate y'all so much. Love y'all so much. Can't wait to see everybody in Dallas, Texas, and to see people in Copperas Cove, Texas. I'm not sure how far that is from Dallas. It's about an hour from Austin, but I'll be in Copperas Cove, Texas, not next weekend, but the weekend after that, with Tommy Waldron and some other great team members. They might find some time to do some stuff in Dallas. If they want to do something in Dallas, it's up to them. We'll come do some meetings if that's what they want. But if not, they're pros down there. They can get it taken care of. And thank you, Coach Marcus, for setting the Zoom up. And thank you, Miriam Kern, for hosting. I appreciate y'all so much. Would not be doing any of this stuff without y'all. And we will see y'all on the next one. And do me a favor, too, on the way out, ladies and gentlemen. I think we got a new team member, a good friend of mine I met a couple of months ago on social media. Gary Deemer is on a call. Gary's out of Cincinnati, Ohio, but he's pretty sure Louisiana born, but pretty sure Gary's on a call. If y'all see Gary, show Gary some love in the chat. Add him on Facebook, Gary Deemer. He's absolutely fantastic dude. His social media game is amazing. One of the most consistent, hardest hitting posters on Facebook, super professional. He's in corporate America, but tried the products, absolutely loved the products, and decided to give the business opportunity to try this month. So Gary's going to do some amazing big things, but just want to give him a quick shout out on the call tonight. But y'all have a good night, and we will see y'all tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. It is arguably the most important call of the week. It is our testimonials call, how we start and end our day, our product focus call, that if you've never been on that call, you got to hop on there at least one time. And 7:00 p.m. on the same link tomorrow, 7:00 p.m. Central, 8:00 Eastern. And you got to get your belief shifted tomorrow, because these testimonials are absolutely ridiculously life-changing. Absolutely ridiculous life-changing. And they're fun. They're super, super fun. And you get a chance to really see some of our up-and-coming leaders on that call as well. We'll let you get to know a lot more people as well. All right. So y'all have a good night. God bless. We'll see you on the next one. Thank y'all so much.